The present simple tense, the passive voice. Today, we are going to learn how to form the passive voice of the present simple tense. There are 3 steps in turning the active sentence into the passive one. So they are: the first step is to make the object of an active sentence to be the subject of the passive one. Then we need to form the forms of the verb to be, am, is, or are. The third step is to use the past participle of the main verb from the active sentence. So, the main verb from the active sentence. Let's revise when we use the forms of the verb to be, because we need them to form the passive voice of the present simple tense. The title of the lesson written in your notebooks. The title of the lesson is written in your notebooks. These books taken from the library. What's the answer? These books are taken from the library. Great. I always told the truth. Which form do we need? I am always told the truth. She invited to all the parties. She is invited to all the parties. Affirmative sentences. First, we are going to start with the affirmative sentences. They make pancakes. As you can see, this is an active form. Pancakes is the object of an active sentence. And it becomes the subject of the passive sentence. Are is the form of the verb to be. And made the past participle of the main verb. The pancakes are made. Someone opens my bag every day. An active form. My bag is opened every day. The passive form. My bag is the object of an active sentence. Is the form of the verb to be, and opened is the past participle of the main verb. People speak English all over the world. English is spoken all over the world. People play basketball everywhere. Basketball is played everywhere. This is the passive form. They see Jane at school. Jane is seen at school. Yes, Jane is the object of an active sentence. There are situations when the agent is known. For example, Bob sells the flowers. This is an active sentence. And we know who the agent is. The flowers are sold by Bob. The passive form. Bob sells the flowers. The flowers are sold by Bob. So, when we know who the agents are, we have to mention them. We usually use the passive voice when the action is more important than the doer of the action, when we don't know who the doer is, or when it is implied. For example, Spanish is spoken all around the world. The grass is cut every week. Negative sentences. Let's see what happens when we have to deal with negative sentences. They don't buy expensive things. Expensive things are not or aren't bought. They don't buy expensive things. Expensive things are not bought. Tom doesn't drive this car. This car isn't driven by Tom. So we add not to the appropriate form of the verb to be. Remember, we add not to the appropriate form of the verb to be. Interrogative sentences. In order to turn an interrogative sentence into a passive one, the only thing we have to do is to put the form of the verb to be at the beginning of the sentence. So, to put the form of the verb to be at the beginning of the sentence. For example, do they play football every day? This is an interrogative active sentence. Is football played every day? Does Mary read short stories? Are short stories read by Mary? Do people eat apples every day? Are apples eaten every day? There can be more than one object within a sentence. For example, Tom always buys her some sweets. This is an active form. Her is the object of the sentence. Some sweets is also the object of the sentence. Passive forms are: she is always bought some sweets by Tom. Some sweets are always bought to her by Tom. You can see a chart with subject case of personal pronouns and object case of personal pronouns. I, me. You, you. He, him. She, her. It, it. We, us. You, you. They, them. Here is one very interesting example. Dogs eat bones and cats drink milk. Two cats, a dog, a dog. Bones are eaten by the dogs and milk is drunk by the cats. Your today's homework is to turn the following sentences into the passive voice. They build bridges. They build bridges. Max drives this car. Max drives this car. Do they drink hot drinks? Do they drink hot drinks? Does Maggie water that plant? Does Maggie water that plant? Number 5. They don't open the big window. They don't open the big window. I hope you have enjoyed. Thank you for listening and watching this. The end.